Beside the Palm, Season 2, Episode 4.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Beside the Palm. Today we have with us Devon Jones, and Devon has a whole list of credentials that I'm going to read off here because she does so much at the church. So you may have seen her as a wedding coordinator or a co-director of JoyfulNoise, one of our social chairs for Chancel Choir, the now former president of St. Cecilia Choir, and she sings in credo and does tapestry shows and all that sorts of stuff. So Devon, welcome.
Thanks, Jen.
So as always, do you want to tell us a little bit how you came to St. Luke's? We've heard Ryan's side of the story, so now let's hear yours.
Oh, goodness. So I moved to Houston for grad school. I'm at U of H, so go Cougs. Finishing up my PhD there, and so moved to Houston. Wasn't really involved in a church very much for the first year or so when Ryan was still in LA. Ended up getting married, and Ryan moves here. Ends up meeting this guy named Sid. Sid calls him into his office one day. Ryan comes home and is like, hey, I would really, really, really love to work at St. Luke's, but there are no job offerings at all. So sad day. And I was like, well, I guess we can just go for now type of thing. But it was summer, so we were more on the bedside Baptist kind of thing at the time. And so then Ryan gets a call from Sid and is like, hey, can you stop by the church? Love to chat with you for a second. And I was like, I guess we can. We're just out and about around town doing errands. And he leaves the next day for China for a choral festival. So I was like, if you want to, sure. So we go, and I'm like, okay, go on in. I'll just wait in the car. Waiting in the car, Ryan sends me this text and is like, hey, come inside. And I send back, no, I am not dressed for church. And I was in a tank top and shorts. It's like, you don't really want to walk into a church in a tank top and shorts.
That's how I was dressed for my interview. So.
Right? Like, and he goes, no, come inside, Sid says. And I'm like, I don't know who Sid is. Like, I don't care if Sid says to come inside. But I did. And so I walked inside, and Sid's like, hey, so are you cool if Ryan takes on this job? Like, do you know what this entails as well? I was like, yes, been there, done that. And this is where we would like to be, I think. I know nothing much about it, but, Ryan really loves it here to trust his judgment. So sure. And Ryan starts as soon as he gets back from China, and I end up at a choir rehearsal. I have a music minor, a voice minor. So I was like, I would love to sing again. So showed up to St. Cecilia first at the potluck opening for the season. That was Ryan's kind of first foray into this when he took over Veritas. And all of a sudden, my name is signed up on the roll for St. Cecilia and Chancel Choir. So never stopped coming.
So basically, Ryan sort of dragged you into all of this, kicking and screaming.
He did. So I drug him to Houston. He drugged me to St. Luke's, and now we're just hooked.
Retribution. Okay. Well.
And I think Sid's at the heart of all of that.
Yeah, for many of us, it seems. So you're sort of like me, though, and you split your work in two different departments at St. Luke's now. Because you do work there in a capacity in addition to all of your volunteering. So do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So I'm the wedding coordinator. That's my primary position. I'm part-time as the wedding coordinator. And then during the school year, when we have children's choir, I co-direct JoyfulNoise, which is the best job in the world. It's 4- and 5-year-old choir with Julie Osterman. And it's just a wonderful literal joyful noise every week. We meet on Sundays, and you've got all of these 4- and 5-year-old kids running around and teaching them music, and just kind of learning music through a bunch of different variety of activities.
Oh, well, that was perfect, because that's my next question, to tell us about JoyfulNoise and what's your favorite part about it.
I love jumping the gun. So, I mean, it really is just the kids, and they just, when they randomly see you and you're outside of the classroom, they take a hot second and they're like, who are you and why are you saying hello to me? But then they run to you and they're so excited to see you, and just kind of getting to see them grow. They grow so quickly from ages 4 all the way through 5. Sometimes we have 6-year-olds by the end of their time with us. And so it's just really fun. They're so full of energy. They're so just like, rah, all the time. Grace is going to do some funny thing right there, I'm sure. And they're just a blast. I mean, they really are. There's no holds barred with them. So you get to learn kind of a lot from them in that.
What does a typical Joyful Noise rehearsal look like? What sort of things do you do with the kids?
Typical. So we do a lot of games. So we teach a lot of things through games. One of my favorite games is teaching them how to go up and ask somebody their name. So, we'll play a little song or whatever, and it'll be a guessing game. So it'll be something like, someone is wearing a red shirt, that kind of thing. And then they'll have to respond and say, well, I think they're wearing a red shirt. And you say, well, do you know their name? No. We'll go up and ask them their name. And so you teach them those social skills of having to go up to that person and say, hi, what's your name? And then they'll respond. And so then they have to sing back to you kind of their name and say, Jim is wearing not a blue shirt today, but it's that kind of thing. And so it's really fun getting to see them kind of develop those skills. And that's a lot of what we do. We take out instruments, so they'll do rhythms and things like that. They'll have to learn to sing softly, sing loudly. We really focus on the soft. Loud usually comes pretty well to everybody off the bat. But we do a lot of that kind of thing and kind of reinforcing ideas and teaching them new pieces every year. It's really fun when they get to combine with the older choir. So Sunday Sing. And so when they do that, Joyful Noise will have a part that's just theirs, and then Sunday Sing will have a part that's just theirs, and they'll do a round or something like that. And so getting to learn their own independent musical line is really cool too.
That is cool. I've never been to a Joyful Noise rehearsal, I don't think, but in my head, I'm picturing all the chancel choir members doing these sort of little games, and it's entertaining. Some of them might be able to benefit from. Some of them might benefit from some of those activities. I don't know. We'll see. So, in addition to that, you've been directly involved with a lot of concerts and services and tapestry shows at St. Luke's. Do you have any favorites that come to mind you've been a part of?
Oh, sure. Gosh, there's so many. I will say a highlight for me, of course, was getting to be the soprano soloist for Howard Goodall's Invictus. And to also just get to sing alongside my husband as the tenor soloist, especially on the ninth movement where we did the duet. And that was just, light years beyond anything I thought I would ever get to do.
Right.
So super fortunate for that. And singing in front of an orchestra there's just some sort of magic that happens with that. And I really, really loved that. Especially just getting to work with a choir throughout and learning this piece from nothing, from inception, and having nobody ever hear it before. That was really exciting, and having the entire sanctuary packed was massive. And I think that was definitely a highlight concert-wise. And then, of course, any tapestry show. Come on. It's just always fun to be backstage, especially in the community that's built through those shows. Is just light years.
A lot of cool stuff. Yeah, that picture from the Invictus concert is still one of my favorite pictures of the sanctuary full, apart from maybe Christmas Festival with all the blue uplighting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really neat.
And shot from the chandeliers, I think that's a really cool shot. Yeah. Getting to see everything.
So in addition to all the stuff you do at St. Luke's, you're working on getting your PhD right now in political science, right?
Yep.
Can you tell us why you wanted to pursue that path and where you are on that journey?
Oh, geez. Deep questions. Yeah, so I started out in undergrad, and if you like to look at politics and you like to study politics, you basically are given two choices, grad school or law school, when you get a poli-sci degree. And so I chose grad school, and my best friend's mom was a lawyer, and I just kind of talked to her about her day in and day out and kind of what her experiences were and everything. And they weren't negative or anything. They just didn't kind of suit my picture of where I wanted my life to be down the road. And I ended up being a TA in undergrad as well. And so I loved teaching my undergraduate classes. So some of the gen ed classes, the freshman classes, those types of things. And then I got into grad school at U of H, went straight from my undergrad to PhD. Don't necessarily recommend that route for everybody, by the way. But did that, started my PhD, was a TA again, found out I do not love teaching undergraduates at a large university school. And there's just a lot of things in the academia world that just didn't really fit anymore. And I ended up getting a position as a TA, as a project coordinator for Latino Art Now, which was a program 2 years ago in the spring of 2018. That was a citywide program focused on promoting Latino art and Latino artists here in the city of Houston. And through that, I had a lot of just interest develop with development in general. And so I really fell in love with development. And so now I'll probably graduate with my PhD and never use it. Not probably graduate. I'll definitely graduate with my PhD, but probably never use it. But even so, it definitely has brought me along the journey to figure out exactly what I love to do.
Right. And you're like this close to finishing your dissertation, aren't you?
Yeah. So I finished my last draft of my last chapter today. So that was super exciting.
Wow.
Turned that in.
This is a big
So now I'm just on edits. Yeah. So now I'm just editing everything at this point.
Wow.
So editing, defending, probably still will have edits again, and then get all those signatures and I'm done.
Well, that's really exciting. Well, keep us
It's
posted.
been a long road.
So now that we've gone down the serious path, lately you've been working on joining the ranks of St. Luke's bakers, it seems. I think when Grace and I first met you, baking kind of put you on the edge a little bit. Doesn't seem to be the case so much anymore.
Oh, it definitely still does. I definitely text your wife every time I turn on the oven, pretty much. Grace has been a saving grace with that, no pun intended. But baking bread has become one of my favorite things. And now I'll take it off of my list of 5 favorite things for right now, because it was going to be on my list of 5 favorite things. And I love baking bread, especially a kneading bread, like where you have to knead it. So many recipes are like, it's a no-knead bread. Where's the fun in that? So I love just kneading bread and making bread. I still absolutely stink at baking anything sweet. I tried cookie bars the other day. Didn't work out for me. They ended up in the trash. Not great at the baking sweet things.
Well, you're still headed in the right direction. I mean, I think the first time you had us over was because, didn't you want to make meringues or something? And
Grace did that with me.
Right, that's what I know. That's I think why you had us over, because you wanted Grace to like.
Yeah, and I've tried a few times since then.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really worked out well for me.
Well, bread's no easy.
I'm a good cook. Like, I'm a really good cook, and I can bake good bread. But
well, that's fine. We have enough bakers. We need someone to do the actual cooking, so.
It's true.
Yeah, that's good.
I'll do the cooking. I'll do the meal portion. Grace can do the salad and the dessert.
Sounds like a plan. So I think today's what, August 4th? I know my watch is wrong, right? Which means you probably just took your Christmas tree down a couple days or weeks ago and are probably planning to break it out of storage again soon. Is that true?
Right. You know, it's August 4th, so that means we've got September, end of October. So November 1st, our Christmas tree goes up.
Wow, that late.
That late.
Wow.
You have to wait for Halloween. Like, you gotta.
I agree.
Our fall stuff has come out of storage. So, you know, pumpkins are ending their way out on the mantle and places like that. The kitchen towels have already shifted into the burnt oranges and the plaids for the fall.
I know we butt heads. I'm still a firm believer that Christmas needs to wait till after Thanksgiving, but you know.
But how? Like, you're a musician. How do you have any time after Thanksgiving?
Well, that's true. I don't even think we got Christmas decorations up last year.
Yeah. And yet you're judging me.
But I get enough of it at church. I mean, the church is decorated everywhere, and you know, This is like my
It's not
safe
the
space when I
same.
come home.
It's not the same, Jim.
I mean, normally we'd be working on Christmas music already
I
in
know.
choir, so, and we are going to be for this coming.
We've got some
Christmas.
earworms to be working on. It's
We
just
do,
homework
yeah.
right now.
It's true. So my real question is, do you have any, as someone who loves Christmas as much as you do you have any favorite Christmas traditions?
Well, first and foremost is the tree. I mean, so the tree is so important to us that the first thing we replaced post Harvey was actually our Christmas tree. So we flooded with Harvey, long backstory. One of the things that we lost primarily was all of our Christmas decorations. And so with that, Ryan came to me and was just like, you know what? No, we're not going to not have Christmas. We're not going to not have Christmas decorations. We're getting a tree. It may not be the most financially savvy thing in the world, but we're going to get a tree. So we've never not had a tree. And even when we lived apart, so we were dating, and for 2 years, one of those years we were engaged, he was in LA, I was in Birmingham, Alabama, and then the following year I was in Houston and he was in LA, and we still ended up putting up our tree at either my dad's house or at his parents' house over the Thanksgiving break. So we've always just had a Christmas tree together throughout our entire dating cycle.
Yeah.
And so definitely the Christmas tree, 100%. We do this game on Christmas Eve called Merry Christmas Eve Gift. And what it is pretend that you know about this game, Jim. So I give you a call, and what do you say? Ring, ring, ring.
Hello?
Merry Christmas Eve gift. Or you could say, make a ring, 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 Merry Christmas Eve gift to me instead. So whoever says Merry Christmas Eve gift first, the other person owes them an extra gift of $5 or less.
I'm just going to say, everybody watching this, set reminders on your phone to call the Joneses and beat them at the game.
Because trust me, I answer the phone really well. It's my favorite thing. My dad and I will like go forever not calling, and whoever breaks at like 11:59 p.m. of Christmas Eve usually ends up winning.
Fun.
So that's probably the most unique family treat for Christmas.
Right.
There's plenty of other ones.
That sounds stressful to me. I'm not sure I would enjoy that.
You know, Grace would love it. She's competitive like me.
She would. It stresses me out just thinking about it a little bit. So moving on to the next tradition, if there is one.
Oh,
got your tree, got your game. If there's not, just. Yeah.
Oh no, there definitely is. I'm always home with my dad for Christmas Day. And so we do the Christmas Eve services with St. Luke's, which go until, well after midnight. Come home, sleep for just a little bit, and it's 4 hours to Dallas from here. So we wake up at the crack of dawn, pile the dogs in the car, drive up to Dallas, and Christmas tree girl here again. My dad leaves off like my top 15 or so Christmas ornaments every year. So I get home to my dad's house and I get to decorate with the last several of like my specialty ornaments. And of course you have to do stockings. You absolutely have to have Christmas music on when you decorate. And we do like garland everywhere, all over our staircase, everywhere. So we go through quite a bit of Christmas music when we do that. We usually never have time really for Christmas movies so much. But we do a lot of, Christmas choral stuff, etc., all throughout the season.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
That sounds like fun. I just needed some cool thoughts today because it's hot out. So I thought, I know we're a little late for Christmas in July, but why not? So normally at this part of the interview, I would ask, what are your 5 favorite things right now? But today we're going to switch it up.
Oh, evil. I knew you were going to do this.
What are your 10 least favorite things?
Oh, jeez. I mean, COVID, number 1.
Bar
none.
You want to do 10? I was just kidding.
I could. I mean, I could easily come up with 10 things I don't really love.
I told, for everybody watching, Devon's been preparing for these 5 favorite things, and I've been threatening to switch up the question. So I just wanted to see what kind of reaction I could elicit from you. But please, tell us your 5 favorite things right now.
Well, I mean, this one, I think pretty much every single person. I also prepped by rewatching some of the episodes, which is not a bad way to prep, by the way, for future interviewees. Blah, by the way. Grace is going to do something with that too. Blah, 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 blah. So, obviously just time. I absolutely have loved, especially the morning time, not being super stressed, having to make an appointment right off the bat. And so getting time with Ryan, especially, and the puppies in the mornings has been just an amazing way to start the day. And hopefully we'll continue that, although I'm not a morning person. So when we have earlier mornings, I'm not sure it's going to continue.
Well, it's probably been nice too to have time to work on your dissertation without life.
It has, that's for sure. Yeah, I've made tons, like light years more progress throughout this time, and just trying to capitalize on something that's negative and turn it into a positive.
Yeah.
So, so that would be number one. I had these written down and they're on my phone, and my phone's not by me. So now I feel ill prepared. Baking bread, although you already stole that one from me a little bit ago. So I'll trade that out for cooking. We're doing random stuff. Like the other day, I sent you a picture, I think, of bulgogi bowl that we made, and it was delicious. So impressed with that one, especially because it was not with a recipe, which are my favorite things to do. I love tending our garden. We've become major like plant people. Ding, ding, ding.
I know, because when Ryan was interviewed, you guys had just planted it, right?
Yeah, I think we were about a month in.
So
we're already like the progress of it.
Yeah.
So we've gone through the first round of crops. So now we're on kind of, August sucks in Houston, frankly, for weather and for gardens. And so we're just trying to keep things alive to make it to the cooler weather. And so with that, we got 3 little cherry tomatoes today, which were really cute and really delicious. But we're really just trying to keep things alive, and then we'll replant again in September.
Yeah. I just picture Ryan out there, like talking to the little plants and watering them and giving them shade.
100%. Yeah, we definitely go out and, plants, it has been proven a proven study that plants that are here positive language do better than plants that hear insults all the time. So be nice to your plants. We should all learn that.
I think all of our plants are doing well looking at our 2 screens. So
I think they are. I think they're thriving.
Unless those are fake. Are they fake?
These are not fake.
Okay.
This is a ginger. And that's an ivy and a something else. I forgot what the other one's called.
So where are we gardening? Cooking. Time.
Baseball. Baseball is back, and I'm so excited. I love baseball. I've grown up on baseball. My grandpa was recruited by the Boston Red Sox. He ended up not going because the war broke out, and he was, drafted for that. But baseball is incredible, and I text my dad for every game, and we just go back and forth with, stuff like that.
So who do you watch?
Now, Jim, I knew you were going to ask if I said this, and I'm just not prepared for the comments that would elicit. But go Rangers, just saying. Anyways.
Yeah, this is why we avoid sports talk, even just amongst the 2 of us, because obviously.
Go Cowboys. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Moving on.
Anyways. Ooh, what was my other one?
The Eagles. Were you going to say the Eagles? Is that your 5th favorite thing?
That would have been on my list of 10 things I don't like. I remember flower arranging. I love arranging flowers. Love arranging flowers.
Do you like flowers that you grow, or do you like?
So both. I mean, I love it all. I just love it all. It's really great being a wedding coordinator, because whenever arrangements are left at the church, and they don't have a way to go anywhere, especially during a pandemic, we're not able to donate them anywhere. I can take them home with me and then rearrange them into smaller things, because obviously a ginormous arrangement is not going to fit many places. So that's probably my favorite, because you get the best flowers that way.
Yeah. I don't think I knew you were doing that. You'll have to send us some pictures if you have any of some
Grace has several.
Oh, okay. So she knows. You know me well, that I probably wouldn't have been interested in seeing those as much as she would. So, that was
if I make a cocktail, then I'll send it to you.
There we go. So we're at my favorite part now, which is Tammy's not favorite part though, and
her little tail looks so funny.
She's trying to get down. Okay, you don't want to be part of this. I get it. We are at our rapid fire round. Oh, is she going to stick around? Is she going to leave? What's she going to do? Okay, go.
I feel like this needs to cue the Rocky theme song.
She does it every now and then. She just decides that she needs to go and inspect a bug that she's seen. So.
Okay, Maggie on the floor over here has not moved.
So let me set my timer here for 1 minute.
Okay.
Get yourself
Ready.
pumped, ready to go. All right, let me get my questions. Oh, shoot. Okay. All right, are you ready? Okay, 3, 2, 1. Houston or Dallas?
Dallas.
El Tiempo or Lupe Tortilla?
El Tiempo.
What color is your toothbrush?
White.
Romance or mystery novels?
Romance.
Favorite lipstick color?
Red.
Banana Republic or J. Crew?
Banana.
Favorite color?
Blue.
Say, I'm chuffed to bits in a British accent.
I'm chuffed to bits.
Favorite cocktail?
Oh, gin martini.
When is Ryan's birthday?
May 7th, 1989.
Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings?
Harry Potter. Oh,
Canon and D or Jesu Joy?
Jesu Joy.
Heels or flats?
Heels.
Favorite plant in your garden?
Ooh, watermelon.
Least favorite voice part?
Bass.
Clarinet or tuba?
Ooh, clarinet.
HEB or Kroger's?
HEB.
Yoga or Zumba?
Yoga.
Fruits or veggies?
Fruits. How'd I do?
Oh, stop it. I actually wrote down the numbers this week because everybody each week asks me like how many, and I never have them numbered. 19.
Dang it.
Oh, close.
Oh, what was the last one?
What's your Bebidas order?
Oh, God. Probably their pecan. Like their drip pecan.
Oh. I was going to do your Starbucks order, and then I realized you guys are kind of coffee snobs.
We are. It's true.
We won't talk about that.
Just so you know, it's saying that my performance-reduced closing Zoom app may help your Mac cool down. So you are heating
all
up
right.
my
This is
MacBook.
a hot, intense interview. All right.
Apparently.
Well, that's fine because we're at our last question, which is always, what is one song or piece of music you'd recommend our viewers listen to after we're done today?
So I have to capitalize on this a little bit
Okay.
because I think right now with the Live from London series that Voce State is hosting, it's just a huge opportunity to get some live choral music, and it's a lot of fun. And you can also go back and rewatch.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a huge opportunity, but that's not really an answer to your question. But definitely check that out. And then because I've been doing my dissertation, the thing that has been motivating me, and this is going to sound so strange, but the Last of the Mohicans soundtrack is what I listen to when I'm writing. And so I've listened to it hundreds of times over at this point. But it's the only piece of music that I can listen to and write at the same time. And it's like they're running through the woods the whole time. So you've got to run and finish your dissertation and be persistent. Mm-hmm. So that's what I would recommend if you're having any trouble procrastinating.
Oh, I love that. I love soundtracks and stuff like that. I think you're only the second soundtrack suggestion, I think, after Justin. So that'll be fun.
Well, we all are like, oh, do this choral piece and this one. And, you know.
Yeah, nothing. Nobody says it has to be choral. It can be anything.
Not quite so bougie.
Yeah. I think Lee Denson had a totally out there suggestion. I mean, not like out there from choral music, not, so we appreciate those. Well, that's all I have today. And it sounds like that's about all your computer has the bandwidth for. So
seems so.
So
it's been working hard lately.
So thanks for fitting us into your big day of dissertation writing.
You got it, Jim. Anything for the Romans.
Go celebrate by, I don't know, baking some bread and getting some coffee from Invictus or something. So
will do, Jim.
All right. Well, you take care, and we will talk soon.
Bye.
Bye.